Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spiral. Today is the podcast where I predict upcoming games this weekend, and I tell you why I think that these games, who's going to win these games. So let's get right into it. First one I have is Pitt at SMU. I think that's going to be a pretty solid game. Top 25 game, which is kind of cool to see for the really lackluster ACC this year. I think SMU is going to get this one done. I think their offense recently has been really high powered. I know Pitt, their defense played amazing against Kyle McCord and a very very high powered offense, but they're gonna have to go to SMU, who sneakily has a pretty good stadium and atmosphere. I like it. I'm really liking SMU's offense. I think the fact that Kyle McCord showed how Pitt's defense can be. I think SMU is going to be preparing really hard for this game. So I'm going to get SMU in this one. I think it's going to be a great game, which you don't say much for the ACC, but yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. I think SMU comes out top in a very close game, though. The second one I have that I think is going to be a pretty good game is Texas A&M at South Carolina. So this game, SEC matchup, South Carolina is not actually that bad for being unranked. They're actually not terrible. They do struggle at times. That Kentucky loss really shines out, but they played Bama tough. They played LSU tough when they had game day there. So this is not by any stretch of means like an easy game for Texas A&M. It's possible for them to get caught up in all that huge win against LSU at home. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough environment for sure. South Carolina's not bad, but I think Marcel Reed's been playing pretty good for Texas A&M. I think they get the win for sure, but it could be close. I just think Texas A&M is just too high powered right now. They have too much momentum for an upset to happen. I just think they're playing really great. I got Texas A&M winning that game as well. Third game I have is Louisville at Clemson. So I think this game, while Louisville got unranked because they lost to Miami, they played Miami really tough. I think Clemson is probably better than Miami, honestly. Hot take maybe, but I think Clemson is a really solid football team. It's going to be at Clemson, so that's going to be a tough environment. Clemson has a really good stadium. Louisville, though, they have a pretty good high-powered offense for sure. When they start clicking, they start clicking. They got a very veteran quarterback to lead them who will be great in these environments like Clemson. But at the end of the day, established Sweeney. I think he's just a really good coach despite all the memes about his NIL policies and all that crap. But Clemson, very solid football team. I think they get the job done. It could be close. It could be a trap game. So look, that's why I have this game on the list, honestly, just because I think Louisville could probably be a top 25 team if there weren't so many teams around that range. But I think Clemson's going to get it done. It's going to be a good game, though. Fourth game I have is Florida at Georgia, the rivalry we all know, played in Jacksonville. So I have Georgia winning this game. I think Florida will give them a little bit of a scare, though, because DJ Lagway can play pretty good. I think Florida is not really that bad of a football team. I think they're, again, especially in a rivalry game, I think they might play better than some people might think they would on a normal day. I think, I just think Georgia, though, it's just so hard to pick against these top teams. They have so much depth. They have so much talent. Kirby Smart, amazing coach, and like I've said with Ohio State the past few weeks, coaching really does matter. So be sure to go check out some of my other podcasts I uploaded this week talking about Travis Hunter on Monday mainly and Ohio State on Wednesday. So go check those out for sure if you like these podcasts. But Georgia, just really solid team. I think DJ Lagway, he does kind of turn it over a lot, and with the Georgia defense that you saw what they did to Quinn Ewers not too long ago, it's going to be hard for Florida to really counter that. So I got Georgia winning this game. Kirby Smart leading them, and their defense is just really all you need to win games, especially like a rivalry game like this. So give me Georgia in that one. I think it'll be about like 14 points. I think Georgia's just a really solid team this year. So yeah, give me Georgia in that one. And for the big one, we've all heard about Ohio State at Penn State. The big one, the 4 versus the 3. it's a really big game for both teams. Like I said earlier this week, Ohio State has to win this game. Penn State has to win this game. Well, I think Penn State doesn't have to as much just because they'll probably win out after this game because their schedule's so easy. But Ohio State has to win this game. Ryan Day is probably under the most pressure he's ever been under, which is crazy to say, but he's under a lot of pressure, and I think Ohio State is going to have to really overcome some huge obstacles to try and win this game. The offensive line pops out to me immediately. Losing Simmons in the Oregon game really just Ohio State hasn't been able to recover quite much. I think Will Howard's playing great. He does kind of turn the ball over a little bit. He's had an interception every game for the past few games, so that's a little concerning if you're a Ohio State fan. Run game last week looked terrible, which is not good because the run game, you need a run game to be a good offense. There's not much disputing that. Coaches all over the college football scene know that running game is really what keeps the offense going, keeps the defense off the field, gets you those more manageable second and third downs. So, Ohio State's going to need to run the ball, but Penn State's defensive line is looking really solid. They've been kind of dominating stuff. Really good run defense, really good at getting pressure. So that's going to be interesting to see for sure. I think the hard thing about Penn State is that they haven't played anybody. They had a close game against Bowling Green. Wisconsin played them kind of close, even though Drew Aller got hurt. So speaking of Drew Aller, actually, I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But if he doesn't, that's going to be a huge loss for Penn State. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough environment for Ohio State to play in. Penn State's obviously got the home field advantage. Ohio State does get kind of bailed out that it is a noon game and not a 7:30 game because that would be really, really rough for Ohio State. But I'm torn on this game because I think it's part of me saying, like, Ohio State, they're going to just show out. Ryan Day's going to get them more prepared than ever. And all the questions about him being a bad or good coach are going to go out the window. But part of me saying James Franklin has been knocking on the door far too long. They almost beat Ohio State last year with a worse roster, in my opinion. Or if not just the same, it was at Ohio State too. So I'm actually going to pick Penn State in this game. Despite me being an Ohio State fan, I think Penn State is just playing too good right now. I think Ohio State, I hope Penn State, I think Penn State will win, but I still think Ohio State can definitely win this game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means, but I think Penn State gets it done by like a field goal. It's going to be close. I don't know. I think Penn State can get it done. Drew Aller's been playing pretty well, and their backup quarterback looks good, quite frankly. So I think Penn State gets it done at home in a much-needed win, but hopefully Ohio State can prepare for this because it's going to be a tough game at the road. James Franklin, I'm pretty sure will be prepared, but you never know. Games like this are so hard to predict. It really just comes down to things that you can't really tell. Like the Oregon game, nobody knew what that last drive was going to be like, and that will happen inside. So, that's my prediction for the Friday podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments because I really don't know about that Ohio State Penn State game specifically. It's going to be really close, hard to predict, but thanks for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you made it this far in the video. Bye.